Hello everyone. I have finally finished my circle stamps. These are made from plumber's O-rings, and I decided to glue them on this. I've got two. These were initial blocks I'd gotten in a grab bag at Michael's. Didn't really need the initials, so I took the initials off and used each side for a different circle stamp. So these are made from the plumber's O-rings. You can get them in packages. You can get them singly. I think you can get them online. I went into the hardware store and bought a bunch of them. And they really stamp nicely. They are made of rubber, so they take the ink really well, and they stamp really well. They're just, I love them. I love them, and I did a bunch of different, I put them together in different ways so that I would have a bunch of different kinds. So I decided that I wanted the concentric circle stamps, and I went ahead, and my Ace hardware store sells them singly. So I decided, I love that one. I decided that I wanted one. So I was going for one, and I bought what I thought would fit inside of each other. When I got them home and opened up all the packages and started trying to fit them together, they ended up not quite fitting together. So I ended up going back to the hardware store and getting one of each of the sizes. They do come in 3 different heights. If you're going to do this, you want to make sure that you're making each stamp with the same height. If they're not the same height, the O-rings won't reach the ink pad or the paper when you're stamping. So they come in 1/8 of an inch, which is the tallest, 1/16 of an inch, and 3/32 of an inch. I ended up getting one of everything so that I could create at least one stamp that I really liked, and then I had a bunch of extras, so I created a bunch of different sizes. I had them so that I could figure out exactly the biggest size in the center, the next size up, but the math, it doesn't work as well. They don't fit inside of each other as well as you would think. So I ended up having all these O-rings and didn't know what sizes they were. So if you're going to do this, I would suggest finding a plumber or finding an assortment of O-rings. You want some large ones for the outside. Those are, that's going to be as big as your stamp will be. And then find some smaller ones to fit inside. I did off-center some of them so that they're a little bit different, and some of them, they're not exactly centered a lot of times. Sometimes they kind of moved a little bit. I did use the E6000 glue so that I can use a wet baby wipe, wipe them off, clean them up, and not have to worry about the glue coming unglued. So I've made these about a week ago, and I've been using them like crazy. They're really solid, really on there really nicely. So I would put a layer of glue on the block, lay the rings in, press them on a flat surface so that I knew the glue everything was flat and everything was going to stamp correctly. And then I left it, made sure that they were where I wanted them before the glue dried, and left it to dry. And that's how I made all of them. So this one I actually had to, draw a circle so that I could place the rings in the circle. This one took me 3 packages of 10 number 60s to make this stamp. There's 30 little rings in there, but it really makes a nice stamp. So it can get pretty expensive. I was paying about 50 cents for every ring, so it can be a little pricey. But I really like the results. I will be using this quite a bit. All of these, they're going to be easy to grab. I don't have to put them on an acrylic block anymore. I really like the fact that they're solid and ready to use anytime, and I can pick whatever one that I want. I even have a small little one. I had some extras, so I made a little one on a little piece of wood that I had laying around. So Plumber's O-rings, they stamp really well. They're really fun. They work nicely. You just have to get an assortment, a different size of rings, and make sure they're the same height. Put them together. Use a really strong glue. I was using a tacky glue, but it was coming off. So this E6000 really does help it quite a bit, a lot. It really helps it a lot. They have not come off at all. So I'm really liking that E6000. I think that's everything. Thanks for watching.